Hi reception. I'm just coming on here today just to read you a little story. Now, we have already read this book, Cake. We did some work on it last week and you all did a really great job. But this week we're carrying on with it, okay? We are going to be thinking about our favourite part of the story. Now, I know what my favourite part of the story is, but I will tell you later. So while we're reading it today, have a little think, see what you think you like the best. Maybe it's a funny part. You decide what is your favourite part of this story. Yeah, and I'll explain the whole task in a little moment. Okay, so this story is by Sue Hendry, and she's a super author. Okay, I will try my best to show you all the gorgeous pictures. Okay. So, Cake had received an exciting invitation. You are invited to a party. He'd never been to a party before, so he didn't know what to expect. But he was sure about one thing. He wanted to look his best. Fish didn't know what Cake should wear. He'd never been to a party either. Said Fish. Nope. I don't think so. What about a hat? Suggested Fish. Oh, good thinking, said Cake. So, off Cake went to buy a hat. He went to the hat store. Cake tried on lots of hats, but none of them were quite right. Is it for a special occasion? Asked the shop assistant. A wedding, perhaps? No, said Cake. Just a party. Oh, said the shop assistant. In that case, I've got just the thing. He disappeared out the back. Here you go, sir, the shop assistant said. You will be irresistible in this. Thank you very much, said Cake. He couldn't wait to get home and show his new hat to Fish. Are you ready? Cake called from his bathroom. Ooh. Ta-da! Oh, you've cracked it, shouted Fish. I think he's really pleased with that outfit. Cake was soon on his way to the party, dressed in his brand new hat. Doodly-dee, doodly-dum, I'm off to a party to have some fun. I think he might be excited. Oh, Cake was a bit nervous when he arrived. That's his nervous face. But when everyone saw him, they cheered. Cake's here! A party isn't a party without cake, they said. And in he went. Cake was having so much fun at the party. There was dancing and lots of games. But then the singing started. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Cake was getting a really bad feeling about this. Oh, crumbs. Suddenly, there was a gust of wind and everything went black. There was a smell of raspberries. And Cake felt a wibbly-wobbly hand grab hold of his, and a wibbly-wobbly voice said, Quick, run for it, Cake! And look at all those foods escaping. So, this is nearly the end of the story. Meanwhile, back at the front door, ding dong! Somebody else has arrived. Oh, I do hope I've not missed the party. Did you enjoy that story? I really did. I find it really funny. Okay, so this is the part where I explain what the task is. So the expectation today is that you tell me what your favourite part is and maybe try and do a little bit of writing as well as drawing a picture. So I might pick my favourite part. So my favourite part of the story is when the piñata knocks on the door at the end. It's my favourite part because I think it's really funny that the poor piñata's going to knock on the door and get, well, what happens, do you know what happens to a piñata? People hit the piñata to get the sweets out. So I think it's really funny that the piñata is going to get bashed to pieces. Which may be a bit evil, but it's also funny. My job, what I would do is I would draw the piñata. So I'll do that really quickly. I'll try my best because I'm not the greatest at drawing, but I will try my best because that's what it's all about. Trying our best. And then I might add some colour onto it. I would do that later. Are you ready to see my piñata? I don't know what that looks like, but it's supposed to be a piñata. So maybe I could label it. I could write piñata. So I would put it. Now I want to hear all those sounds. So whatever sounds you hear, you write them. That's how we work in reception, isn't it? We write the sounds we hear. Pin, y. Oh, I think it might have a y in it. I'll try it. Pin, y. Okay, so I might write it like that. That might be how I write it. It's okay because that's the sounds I heard. Then piñata, and then so my favourite part is that it gets bashed. So I'm gonna write the word bashed. Okay, bash. Shall we stretch it? Bashed, bashed. Oh, quite a long word that one. So I'm gonna start with the first sound. Let me say b, 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 ah. I'm going to go with my next sound. Remember, my letters in a nice long line after each sound in a long line. Remembering we're writing from this side all the way in that direction. So I've got b, ah, sh. Now I know sh sound must have s, sh. I know it's got a s and a h. Bashed, bashed, okay, bashed, okay. Now those are the sounds I heard, so that's fine if we write those sounds because those are the ones I heard. Okay, piñata, bashed. I think that's all I think I want to write at the moment, and that is my favourite part of the story. I'm going to add some colour onto that. Okay. Another part of the story that is really good is when he is on his way to the party, and I really like this part because he's singing on his way and he's saying doo 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 and he does the rhyming little song, and I really like that bit because he seems like he's excited, and I think I'd be excited too if I was on my way to a party. So my sentence is going to be he went on his bike. He went on his bike. So I've counted how many words in my sentence. That's 5. Okay, and I'm going to thinking about each word. I'm going to remember my finger spaces in between each word. I'm going to make sure that I use a capital letter and a finger space, and then at the end I need a full stop. So he went on his bike. So I'm going to start with he. Okay, it's a tricky word. He. H and E spells he, so I'm going to write it with a capital H. H and E. He. Then I'm going to remember my finger space. He. So wiggle down, wiggle up, wiggle down, wiggle up and flick. He went. So it's So I'm going to lift off the top and scoop out the egg. He went. Now I can hear some more sounds there. Went. Oh, don't let that sneaky try and trick you. It's a cheeky and it's trying to make you forget about him, but he's there. So don't forget about him. He went. Okay. He went on his bike. He went. So I've done my finger space. Oh, but I don't think I can fit on in that little space there. So I'm going to have to move on to my next line. Okay. He went on. I know that one. And then just like I did before, up and down, knob it and over his net. Okay, he went on, finger space, because there's a new word. He went on his. Oh, okay, I think I know. So I'm going to start with I'm going to go up and down the horse's back, next to the hooves and over his back. Up and down the insect's body, a dot for his head. His. Slither down the snake. He went on his. What was my last word? He went on his bike. Let's stretch it. Bike. Oh, that's a hard one. I can hear a lot of sounds, but I'm just going to try my best with what sounds I can hear. B. Okay, again, I don't think I can fit bike on there, so I'm going to have to move on to the next line. Here, bike. Up and down the laces to the heel, around the toe. I. Like I went to the shops. Maybe it's that. That's what I can hear. That's what I can hear, so that's what I'm going to write. Bike. I can hear k. Now, bike. Now I think I'm going to choose kicking k, but it could be curly k or it could be kicking k. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to choose k because they're the same sound, so I'm going to go for kicking k. Down the king's back, round his tummy, kick out for his leg. He went on his bike. What does my sentence need at the end? You're right, a full stop. Nice and small on the bottom near the line. Okay, reception, so I really can't wait to see your fantastic work later on today. So you can draw me a picture, tell me which is your favourite part by writing a sentence or words that explain what is your favourite part. Don't forget to pop your name on the top and also show super hard work with your phonics, listening to each sound, okay? And I also am really looking out for gorgeous handwriting. Now, I know what you can do at school, so you've got to show off to your grown-ups and show them how fantastically you can write, okay? So, off you go. I look forward to seeing your work later on. Bye-bye.